is Tuesday, March 8th. I'm Caitlin Baker, and here's what's going on at CHS today. Students, if you're interested in joining this year's talent show on Monday, March 28th at 7 p.m. at East Campus Amphitheater, use the QR code following this announcement to sign up. First place will win $100, second $50, and third $25. Auditions will be next Monday and Tuesday in room 65. Show East and Garza that Central High School got talent.
Central Unified High Schools presents In the Heights, a musical from the man who created Hamilton. It is going to be at Central High School East Campus in the PAC. And it starts March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Next week, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Play starts at 7:30. Gates open at 7. $5 students, $10 general admission. Tickets available at the door, cash only. So check out the musical, In the Heights.
The Central High School Math Department celebrates Pi Day on March 14th with the 17th annual Resuscitation of Pi Contest in Room 80 at lunch. If you want to compete or watch the contest to see who has the most digits of pi memorized, come to Room 80 at lunch on Pi Day. The contest will begin 10 minutes after the start of lunch. Contestants will either recite aloud or write the digits of pi. Prizes and certificates will be awarded to the top 3 finishers. If you would like to print out of the first 1,000 digits of pi, see Mr. Feistel in room 80. Juniors, if you would like to take the at-school SAT test this year, you must come to the Career Center to sign up. The test date is March 23rd, and there are limited seats available. See Mrs. Hope in the Career Center if you have any questions. Club news, the Spanish Club will be having a meeting at the beginning of lunch today. Sports news, baseball at Liberty Bakersfield, start time 2:30 p.m., release time 9:45 a.m. East, 10 a.m. West, leave time 10:15 a.m. East, 10:30 a.m. West. Softball Bullard at Central East, start time 3:45 p.m., release time 1:15 p.m. West, 1:30 p.m. East, leave time 1:35 p.m. West shuttle. Boys tennis at Bullard, start time 3 p.m., leave time 11:45 a.m. West, 1 p.m. East, leave time 12:30 p.m. West shuttle, 1:15 p.m. East.
Please stand for the flag salute. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Hey, I'm Kwong Lee. I'm a photographer. I'm actually born and raised in Lake Forest, California. Inside, I've always felt a little uncomfortable wherever I've been throughout high school, and I'd say I was a fairly average kid. I, played sports and everything else, but I didn't feel like anybody ever understood me. And what I didn't really understand then, and it's actually kind of interesting now for me to really think about it, is that I had suffered from large bouts of social anxiety. I think one of the things that was always the hardest for me growing up was sort of not being able to really articulate or explain how I felt inside. I could be in a group of my best friends and all of a sudden 2 or 3 different people that I didn't know would come along and, I just have to go home. And it was like paralyzing. I didn't understand it. I wouldn't do anything with people, and everybody sort of just kind of laughed it off. Through photography, I found a place to sort of exert all of that energy. My earliest job was with a company called Ruka. Through their events and through my friends that worked there, they sort of gave me a chance to do photography, which ended up becoming their ads. And as they grew as a clothing line, people started wanting to know who shot their photos. And eventually it would come back to me, and various other companies would start asking me, and I had no idea what was going on. It was terrifying, but exciting all at the same time. And then way back when, a couple of friends of mine had started a small company called Skull Candy. It's kind of silly to think about it now, but it was during a time where not very many people were wearing earbuds or headphones or anything like that. somehow, it all worked out. And when they were talking to me about it, I believed in it. I thought this was a great idea. I took a chance with them. I believe I was their 7th employee, and it was incredible. I think it was right at that point that I sort of acknowledged the fact that I loved working for things that weren't the obvious choice at the time. But in my mind, it was obvious. It was just sort of bound to happen. And through that, I started embracing it even more, working with other small companies that I felt that I wanted to help give some sort of chance to it, because it's one thing to sort of take something that's really like in the eyes of everyone and be a part of it and sort of latch onto that. It's different to sort of take something unique and make it special and help bring it to the eyes of everyone around them. One thing I think back a lot to is when I was younger, I wish that I sort of like spoke up a little bit more and let everybody know what was kind of going on around me. I sort of internalized a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. I think it would have helped me a lot if I sort of let that out and maybe thought about how to articulate that to other people so that I could have maybe worked on things a little bit earlier and maybe not have taken out a lot of that anxiety on other people and sort of gotten into a lot of the trouble that I did at the time. For those out there that just don't feel that they connect quite right, that there's nothing really wrong, go for it. Embrace those feelings and see what you can do with that energy, because a lot of great art out there is produced through those sort of feelings and through what's real, your emotions. And be special, be unique, be yourself. My life really wasn't that great until I embraced them, and that was something that I feel like was always important in my life, was just to take all of that and put it out there and see what comes of it. The only time I've ever really regretted anything was when I was just trying to fit in and just trying to go with the flow and just be like everyone else. And I think if there's something that I want you guys to go away with, is to think about the things that sort of make you happy, the things that excite you, and the things that ultimately make you unique. Look to the person next to you and what makes you guys different, and talk about that and sort of embrace those sort of differences and understand that person a little bit more. And I think that ultimately will help you reach inside of yourself. Kind of like when I went and I would go and work for all these different companies that weren't popular, that weren't the obvious choice. I hope that you guys find those types of things in your lives, those things that make you special, the things that make you unique, so that everybody sort of has those fantastic opportunities in their life.
Today's weather is a shout out to the Interact Club that put on the career fair last Friday. Today's a high of 68, a low of 40, AM frost. Have a great day, Grizzlies. The dad joke of the day. Why didn't the Egyptian fisherman believe he caught a fish? Because he was in denial. And if you have a dad joke that you'd like heard, send it to Mr. Marshall to his email.
That's all the news we have for today, Grizzlies, and remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CentralHS_. I'm Caitlin Baker, and we will see you later.